Please help me welcome Predictive from Amtrak to the stage.
I don't know how many of you kind of know that Amtrak is about 5 decades old. Back from the Gilded Age, private railroads. I learned this history when I joined Amtrak about 2 years ago. Is when the NRPC, Amtrak was formed as a national. Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm not yelling, but I'm trying to reach the back of the room. Amtrak was formed in 1971 after a bunch of private railroads, and when the airline industry took off, we built the interstates and auto lobby and whatnot to create the national passenger, the only passenger railroad in the U.S. We have one more passenger railroad in Florida. I'll not name them, but this is the largest network. We have about 21,000 track miles. 97% of those track miles are not owned by Amtrak. It's all running on freight railroad tracks, what we call as host railroads. This is a significant moment for Amtrak, and this is kind of what got me into Amtrak in the last couple of years. Amtrak is going through a massive physical transformation. Everything that you saw in that video, it's not just a concept, it's happening. It's real. There is not only investment in infrastructure, there is new fleet. Acela, how many of you have ridden an Acela? We have new Acela fleet now running between Boston and DC, 28 train sets. And for those of you here on the West Coast, especially if you're in Portland, Seattle area, coming this fall is our Arrow train sets built by Siemens. We are acquiring 83 of those train sets. And then very recently, there is a bit to kind of go get new long distance fleet as well, right? Kind of long distance travel. Think about New York to Chicago, Chicago to LA, those types of lines. So there is significant physical transformation that's happening at Amtrak. And this is the first of its kind in the last 50 years. And not only are we doing physical transformation, we are in the midst of one of the biggest digital transformations in the organization, which is how 15 years doing data and intelligence initiatives at financial services companies. And when Amtrak kind of got my attention a couple of years ago, kind of what I believe the possibilities here to be able to actually be part of this massive transformation. This is an important moment for passenger railroad here in the US. So the hardware, right, is where the hardware, we have a lot of fleet, rolling stock, about 25 units. 500 of them are what we call as locomotives, the power cars, and about 2,000 of them are each one of them, including our new train sets, are data generating assets. 100 plus sensors in each one of these trains. And the modern train and the Arrow train sets have sensor mesh that send real telemetry to our back office. Our mechanical teams are not reacting to issues, but they get predictive signals, right? Monitoring. These train sets are equipped with, things like refrigerator temperature sensors, right? So that food safety checks, so on the real-time capture. And to process this data, we needed a platform such as Databricks, right? And to be able to combine that with the rest of our to be able to kind of make it available for our mechanical teams, safety teams, infrastructure organizations. Collecting data from our trains, it's not just the trains. We are also the efforts going on an infrastructure perspective. Than $50 billion in investment in capital projects. This pipeline, the $50 billion pipeline, it's data intensive. We need the data to plan, build, maintain, and prioritize these efforts properly. These are long running projects. These are not like 3-month, 6-month efforts. In order to kind of keep pace with all of these investments, it's data intensive. We need to be able to kind of capture that and make it available to our capital planning organization. So, and we are doing this with Lakehouse. So I'm going to quickly touch upon like what the architecture looks like. I'm not going to drain the slide a whole lot. It's a very simplified architecture for all the intents and purposes here. Our Lakehouse platform selection was a strategic one, right? This is what is going to help us scale and grow as we are going through this massive physical transformation, right? So we need the ability to bring data from all of our key sources, whether that's the fleet, the infrastructure assets, whether that's kind of our corporate systems, reservation systems, marketing, engagement data, bring it all together. Lakeflow Connect is part of our kind of the integration pipeline, simplifying the integration. We are taking advantage of all of the Lakeflow Connect capabilities, and we will, I can't spot Rory here, but his commitment to support this space, we're going to keep taking advantage and pushing the product teams here at Databricks to kind of enable even more capabilities for us, right? What we have taken advantage of is still probably, we are scratching the surface here. But still, there are some nuanced and unique challenges, especially in our real-time space, where we'll continue to partner with Databricks to kind of take advantage of it. So we are leveraging the medallion architecture, kind of enriching the data, curating the data, making it consumable, and we are using Unity to kind of govern the data and making advanced analytics possible. So a glimpse of the use cases or how we think about that as data and analytical products that we are building through the Lakehouse platform. The first that we have launched is around the fleet intelligence, which is around our Acela and the Arrow data sets, also bringing in some of our legacy fleet health information and making it available for the various organizations. But we are continuing to build a significant pipeline of those data and analytical products within the platform, whether that's for operational readiness to kind of plan and schedule the work around our fleet, crew, consist, maintenance windows, or whether we are bringing in and modernizing our reservation platform and bringing the booking and the reservation data and providing data products and analytical products supporting our commercial organization, or to help with our capital prioritization processes. And I'm running a little short on time here. So we have taken advantage of the platform to make it connect the data sources that we need to bring together. Now we have the governance framework around it. We are building the observability into the platform, but we want to continue taking advantage of the predictive and the compounding capability the platform has to offer, right? So including taking advantage of the Genie capabilities and all the announcements that came about in the last couple of days, right? But I want to, this is kind of the holy grail of any data and analytics journey. It's hard to touch and feel data, right, in an organization. The only way people have been used to consuming data is dashboards. How many of you still have dashboards? Reports, dashboards? How many of you have gotten rid of reports and dashboards? Not a single one of them. I don't think so we're going to get rid of them. Excel, macros. How many of them love it? Yeah, we all do, right? So we are trying to create an experience layer that makes data and intelligence more consumable and something that you can touch and feel and make it less abstract for our consumer. This is part of our mission to make it self-service, to democratize data and intelligence across Amtrak. And here is a little bit of a concept that we are kind of trying to embark on. We see there's no audio to this one. So this is a Databricks Apps experience, a concept, which will pull all of the data and the analytical products into this experience layer, helps you navigate and look at all the metadata that's coming out of Unity, as well as be able to see the lineage in here for the data products that we have created. And it is one-stop shop, right? Whether you're a developer, whether you're an analyst, whether you're an executive, you have kind of one place, one experience layer to come and to be able to kind of shop for your data, analyze, discover, and to be able to work with this. So there is a piece of the Genie engine that's embedded into this experience layer as well. And we're going to continue to kind of build this vision out for Amtrak and to kind of democratize data across Amtrak.